this is Wade, and today we are looking at Jabba's sail barge. This thing is an absolute beast. It is huge. No photo can do it justice. This box is absolutely massive, and today we are going to be doing an unboxing and looking at the beautiful sail barge. Let's get started. Okay, so just so you can see the box dimensions, this thing is about 18 inches high, about 18 inches deep, and then this thing is 53 inches long. This thing is absolutely massive. First things first, let's talk about the beautiful box of the sail barge. What I like about this is that Hasbro faithfully recreated the black and white line art, and it is simply gorgeous. Probably their best one to date. It is truly special, and it captures what Star Wars was in the 80s. Just a simple white mailer box like this is just so memorable and iconic for Star Wars, and it is just amazing to see the sail barge as one of them. Also, let's talk about my favorite bit, the photography on the box. It is simply beautiful and gorgeous. Now, as a toy photographer like myself, I truly appreciate all of the work that Hasbro went into doing this. I love the colors to this, the richness, the depth, everything about these photos are just perfect. You can see all of the detail, the lighting is simply beautiful and stunning, and you can see that Hasbro put so much effort into making this the best toy possible, and they did. The box you cannot throw away. This thing you need to keep. I don't care if it's big, you need to keep it. It is truly special. And here we go. Probably my favorite part of the barge. Now, I am a huge fan of Yak Face. I've been obsessed with his Kenner figure, but to see this was so special, and I can't believe I got to hold him in my hands. He has an exclusive little drinking glass, and of course, the wonderful coin that Hasbro created. The back of it is just as cool as the front, showing the bio. They got a cool picture with him and Ree-Yees, and the cool coin offer. And you can see the look on my face. It says it all. Now, what was cool with Jabba is Hasbro shipped him in a little baggie, and yeah, that's pretty classic too. It's the little things like that that count. But looking at Jabba, this is the best Jabba the Hutt ever made to date. The paint details are phenomenal, and the colors are fantastic. Hasbro even put a gloss on his face to make him look wet and slimy. Now, the articulation for Jabba, I found him to be a little stiff, but he has a swivel torso, ball joint shoulder, ball joint elbow, and then a ball joint hand, but they're rather stiff for this Jabba figure. There you go. Put it at the deck. Need like Stella, some small kid. Okay, this part right here was probably the hardest part of the sail barge. Those sails are kind of difficult and stressful to put together. Basically, they rely on, I think, pegs to slide it into place, and that's what holds it. And then the very front part, you have to stretch the fabric of the sail and then poke it through the stick coming out, and that's what holds it into place. I kind of wish Hasbro made a different design for that, but if it's the best they can do, oh well. The result is still fabulous. And there you have it, Jabba's glorious katana. Wow, is this thing beautiful. Looking at it, no photo can do it justice. It is ginormous. There is no doubt in my mind that this is Hasbro's greatest piece right here. It's not just cool on the outside, it's what's inside that counts. Let's check it out. Here's our first view of the cockpit, and I did not expect it to be this vibrant in color and detail. This is Hasbro's best cockpit to date. It is seriously cool. The sticker decals are awesome. They look like brightly lit screens, and the gold and bronze colors to everything, the finish over it, it is the best. In fact, what's even cooler is Hasbro went the extra mile to even add so much more detail to just the panel that you take off to show the cockpit. Here's another panel that comes off, and this time it is to the jail cell. And there you see our lovely friend, the dead Ithorian skeleton. Now, sadly, he is not a removable figure, and it seems like he is permanently built into the barge. But he is still a fantastic piece himself, and he really puts the scene together. The jail doors do slide left and right to open or close, and I like that. That's pretty cool. Our next panel is the kitchen and the armory. The kitchen is seriously cool. I love that they have Jabba's snacks hanging up on the wall right there, and there are some impressive details here. But the wood inside this is absolutely stunning. It looks like real wood. And then the weapons hanging on the wall, they're not removable, but don't let them fool you. They look like they can seriously cut you. Overall, this section in the barge is really cool, and I never thought I would have to say this, but I am so happy that there is a kitchen in a Star Wars toy. Now, this very back panel was a little tough to come off. There's a reason it's tightly on there because it is huge, but when you take it off, you are welcomed with what made the sail barge famous, the party chamber. Here we can see Jabba's fabulous interior decorating skills, such as a painting of himself surrounded by Twi'lek women. There's a Gamorrean head and an Ishi Tib head. That's pretty funny, but scary. Jabba's Dios, which can slide left and right in case you want to fit more characters. He has the microphone right there. And then there's even a baby Rancor. Legend has it the Rancor gave birth, and Jabba had the baby bronzed. That is supposedly his most prized piece right there. If you don't like that story, hey, it's a legend. That doesn't mean it's true. This is the most notable part of the sail barge. You can pack in so many figures and throw a party of a lifetime. In case you were wondering what that gray rectangle was, that is just a floor cover so you can have some more storage in the floor. Nice thinking, Hasbro.
Put the piece de resistance in there. Nice. Wow. Awesome.
That is so cool. Absolute perfection. I simply cannot gush enough about how wonderful this toy is. I legitimately cannot think of one bad thing about it. There are a couple of minor complaints, but they are so minute and insignificant in comparison to how awesome this sail barge is. This is the holy grail of the Star Wars toy vehicles right here. There's just so much playability to it, and that's what I love about it. It is so inspirational, just like the original Kenner toys, to make you want to play with this thing for hours upon hours, and the imagination is endless. You can use this barge for the famous Return of the Jedi Pit of Carcoon scene, or if you're a Clone Wars fan, you can definitely deck this entire barge out with Clone Wars characters. I personally believe there is never going to be a ship like this ever from Hasbro. This is what I call Hasbro's magnum opus, a fancy word which means this is Hasbro's greatest work of art and most important piece. And there we have it. The absolute most beautiful thing in the entire Star Wars galaxy. The sail barge. Ed, how do you feel about it?
Oh, I am so glad I picked this up. If you have a chance of getting one of these, even now at the ridiculous $800, $900, whatever $1,000 price, I would get one. These are really awesome.
Would you call this the holy grail of Star Wars collecting?
Of the toys, for sure. You gotta have one.
And there you go. That was the sail barge. And you heard Ed, you gotta have one. Well, that will conclude this episode of Geeker Things, but be sure to stay tuned as me and Ed are going to be buying action figures to populate the sail barge, and it is going to be a fun adventure. We will show you guys which core characters you absolutely need for your sail barge, and some of my recommendations for cool action figures to add to it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay tuned for more geeker things.